Today's strength building Vinyasa class is going to focus on the teaching of courage as we work to step a little bit outside of our comfort zone, both on the mat and off the mat. Hello, all my relatives, and welcome to 7 Teachings Yoga. This is a space to practice yoga from an Indigenous worldview inspired by the Anishinaabe 7 sacred grandfather teachings. Let's practice together. The bear is the being that reminds us to live in a courageous way. The mother bear especially shows a true example of courage when protecting its cubs and taking care of its family. We can live in a courageous way by living and speaking from the heart, doing what we know is right, and living true to our values. Let's practice. Find a comfortable seated position, option to close down the eyes or gently gaze down in front of you. Coming into the present moment and coming into the body, breathe in through the nose, expand the belly. Ribs expand, chest lifts. On your exhale, release from the chest, ribs, lastly the belly. In through the nose, belly goes big, ribs, chest. Exhale, release from the chest, ribs, belly. A couple more deep breaths on your own. Trying to draw out the length of our breaths, especially the exhales. Now coming into a practice we can rely on when we need to cultivate more strength, more clarity, focus and calm in our lives. Sama Vritti, equal breath or box breath, following a pattern of inhale, hold, exhale, hold. For 4 to 5 seconds, we'll practice this box breath or Sama Vritti. Inhale together. Exhale all the air out fully. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Couple of rounds on your own. Let your breath return to the natural rhythm. With eyes still closed or gently half lidded, just notice any sensations in and around the body. Option to keep the eyes closed for as much as you like throughout the practice. Option to gently blink open the eyes if they're closed, and finding some movement, gentle neck circles just in the front of the body. Come forward to hands and knees, tabletop position. Getting into the spine, finding some cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, arch the back. Gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, push into the mat. Shoulders move away from each other. Option to stay where you're at. Option to find some spinal waves. Segmenting the spine and moving in a wave-like motion through our cat-cows. Activating that Ujjayi ocean-sounding breath if it's in your practice. A slight nasal constriction, kind of sounding like Darth Vader. Great job, find a neutral spine. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, gaze towards right foot. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, gaze over to the left foot. Warming up the body and preparing it to find some strength and heat, building asanas or shapes today. Another one of my favorites, knees together, windshield wipe the hips side to side. Neutral spine, tuck the toes, sit back, getting a nice stretch into the toes here. Also warming up the wrists. Small circles. Switching the direction of the wrists. Also getting the fingers involved. Starting to feel some heat, maybe in the forearms. Come back to tabletop. Keep the toes tucked. Inhale, lift the knees, stay here in this hover. Now in this hover, we might imagine that we're drawing the hands towards the feet and the feet towards the hands. Just notice the difference that makes. 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Drop the knees, great job. Untuck the toes, sit back onto the feet, ankle stretch. We might stay here, we might lean back, might crack our ankle just a bit. Might lean back so much that the knees might lift. Finding an ankle stretch here. Inhale, come forward. One more of those hovers as we tuck the toes, lift the knees. Great job. This time, draw the right hand towards left knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Draw left hand towards right knee. 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's find our downward facing dog as we extend those legs. Push into the mat. Head hangs heavy. Shoulders by the ears. Great job. Over time, working to maybe draw the heels towards the mat, lengthen through the hamstrings and straighten the knees. Perhaps finding a couple of mindful breaths here in stillness or finding some movement as we walk the dog. On your next inhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Tadasana or mountain pose. A couple of moments of stillness here before we find some sun salutations. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, higher low plank. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Let the head relax, maybe nod or shake it gently back and forth. Inhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high or low plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float right foot to the sky any amount. Three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Push through the shoulders, round the spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow as we twist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step right foot through. High lunge. Inhale, hands above head. Exhale, reach right hand back, left hand forward as we find a twist. Inhale, reach both hands above head. Exhale, frame that front foot with those hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float left foot to the sky any amount. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow as we twist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot through. High lunge. Building some heat here. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, left hand reaches back, right hand forward for a twist. Inhale, hands above head. Exhale, as we fold over, frame that left foot with your hand, step back, downward facing dog. Couple of mindful breaths here, just feeling the sensations in the body, how movement might affect the heart, the breath, the heat. Just observing here. Inhale, float right foot to the sky any amount, three-legged dog. Exhale, we're going to step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop back, left knee. Here we can stay up high in this lizard variation. We might find also the floor or perhaps blocks in this variation. Now here we can also work to open up that hip by gently opening up that knee. Yogi's choice here. For a little bit of added heat, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. One breath in together. Exhale together. Plant hands, tuck back toes, step back downward facing dog. Option to stay in this down dog, option to rinse it with Vinyasa. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, step left foot to the outside of left hand. Drop back knee. Option to stay here. Option for the forearms to find the blocks or the ground. You can also open up that left hip by gently opening up that left knee. Again, for a little bit more added heat, we can tuck those back toes, lift that knee. Inhale together. Exhale together. On your next inhale, drop the knee, plant the hands. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Option to stay, option to rinse. Inhale, float forward, high or low plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach right foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, bend right knee, stack right hip on top of left. Inhale, straighten hips. Exhale, step right foot in between hands. Inhale, come to stand, stork position, left knee lifts, hands float above head. Exhale, find your warrior three, left foot floats back. Option to stay here with hands at heart. Option to find airplane or reach hands above head. Exhale, plant that back foot. Inhale, reach hands above head. Exhale, we're going to find a twist. Right hand reaches back, left hand forward. Inhale, hands reach above head. Embracing the wobbles. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Inhale here. Step back, downward facing dog. Option to stay, option to float. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot floats to the sky, any amount. Exhale, bend, left knee stack, left hip over right. Opening up that hip. Inhale, straighten hips. Exhale, step left foot in between hands. Shift weight forward. Come to stand on the left foot, stork position as the hands and right knee lifts. Exhale, reach right foot back, finding warrior three. Hands at heart. at the sides, or reaching above head. On your next exhale, gently plant back foot. Inhale, hands reach above head. Exhale, twist, left hand reaches back, right hand forward. Inhale, reach both hands above head. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Option 2, find low plank variation. Now, when we think about building courage, stepping outside of our comfort zone, we can look to the teaching Vairya, willpower, strength, especially in times like this. And when we step out of our comfort zone on the mat, it can help us in real life too, off the mat. Couple more breaths here. Drop the knees, shift back, child's pose. Inhale, find tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step, walk, jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Ground down through the left foot. Inhale, right knee lifts. Option 2, use a strap or take your peace fingers around the big toe and extend that right leg. Micro bend in the knee. Quad is engaged. Navel towards the spine, lengthening, growing through the crown. Beautiful adjustments. Option for a fun challenge, grab onto the foot, drop down pistol, and see if we can get back up. Oh, great job. Release that side, shake it out. Finding our balance series on the other side. Option 2, find a strap. Ground down through the right foot, strap up left foot, extend leg in front of us. We can also take our peace fingers, hook onto the big toe, and kick that leg forward. A couple of options here, growing through the crown as we also ground down through that right foot, kind of using our toes to hold onto the mat. Strengthening that right leg with that muscle contraction. Great job. Option to stay here. Option to add a fun extra challenge. Hold on to that foot. Find a pistol. And see if we can come back up. Awesome. Let's release that side. Shake it out. Ground down through the left foot. Option again to strap up that right foot or take peace fingers around that big toe. Again, we're using our toes to kind of hold on to the mat, ground down, nice and sturdy. Grow through the crown, navel towards spine. Again, option to stay, option to find. Fun little challenge here on the left side with a pistol. We made it down. See if we can come back up. Great job. Great job challenging yourselves at home. Let's shake it out. Widen the stance just a bit. Toes slightly pointing out. We're going to sink the hips back, finding our malasana. Now, this malasana is going to prep us for crow pose. Now, if you'd like to fly your crow, there's some options here. First of all, we can stay in this malasana. We can grab onto a block, have a little seat here, opening up the hips. If you want to try a fun arm balance, crow pose, we're going to basically build a shelf on our triceps for our knees. We're going to start with a wide base. So whenever we're practicing arm balances, we want to have a nice wide base, fingers spread, pointers pointing forward, and we want to use our fingertips as brakes. So when we lean forward, our fingers are being used to push us back. Place the hands on the mat, lift the hips, shift the weight forward, knees on triceps. Now, I can stay here. I can perhaps lift one toe. Keep it down. Lift the other toe. Or perhaps gently shift the weight forward so both toes lift. Now notice, we're not pushing, we're not jumping into this crow. We're shifting the weight forward so much, oh, there it is, that the toes lift. Now we're imagining we're like a balance, like a scale. So there's one point where it's going to shift, where our weight will tip to. We can also protect the faces. Have a block here. Put your head on the block, adjust, see if we can find a flying crow. Again, we can stay here. This is working to open up the hips. If you want to move into the arm balance territory, there's a crow option for you. Give you a minute to play around with that crow. Wide hands. Build the shelves. Elbows are tucked in. Lean, 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 lean. So the toes lift. Tight core, feet pulling up. Exhale, gently find our way back down. From here, we're going to let the bottom meet the mat, lift the knees, boat. Couple of options here. We can stay in this boat variation. We can also work to straighten the legs. Couple of options. Yogi's choice. We're going to find a couple of breaths here. Exhale, lower down. Keep that boat. One more variation, drop the feet. Lift the hands above the face. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale, relax the body all the way onto the mat. Great job finding a moment of rest here after that heat building and that strength building. A moment of gratitude for ourselves for showing up. Maybe stepping out of our comfort zone or trying something new. We're going to find a shoulder stand here. So a couple of options. If we have our block, place it under our sacrum. Lift the feet to the sky. We can also lift the hands to the sky for some extra blood flow. We might stay here. Another option, if we want to find another variation of shoulder stand. In shoulder stand, it's important to remember that we're not bending or crunching through the neck. We're lengthening through the neck and bending through the shoulders. So if you'd like to try shoulder stands with a little bit of momentum, keep your elbows close to you and on the ground. Send the hips to the sky and catch your low back with your hands. Finding a comfortable position. See, I can talk. My neck's not crunched. We're bending through the shoulders. Option to stay, option to find plow. Again, lengthening through the neck, rounding through the shoulders. And exhale, Gently lower yourself back down. Finding fish or supported fish, we're going to lengthen through the legs. Inhale, shift the elbows back, chest lifts. Option 2, keep a neutral gaze. Option 2, drop the gaze back. Now, if we have some blocks, we might take our blocks for a little bit of support. That's my choice today. It feels really great in the body. So I'm going to listen to that message. Release your fish, release the block. Make your way onto your back, bend the knees into the chest. Maybe giving yourself a nice little hug, perhaps rocking side to side. Nice little low back massage. With knees still bent and close to the chest, we're just going to let them drop over to the right side, either resting on the floor, blocks, or pillows, but really finding a restorative option here where we can relax our muscles. Both shoulder blades remain on the ground. Gaze to the sky or in the opposite direction that your knees are facing. Let the body relax with every exhale. Doing a quick scan, starting at the feet, noticing any tension, relaxing as we exhale, moving up the legs, the glutes, the hips, fully relaxing now. Sinking deeper and deeper into the mat, feeling grounded and supported. Thinking about how we can take the lesson of courage and stepping out of our comfort zone to help us grow in life. And remembering that the lessons that we learn on the mat can also be applied off the mat too. Let's bring those knees back over the body, either with the assistance of your hands, back over the body. Grabbing your pillow, blocks, or supports. Knees close to the chest. Let them splay over now to the left, allowing the legs to relax. Hands outstretched in opposite directions. Gaze towards the sky or opposite side that your knees are facing. Making any adjustments you need to do to find a comfortable twist here. Again, quick body scan starting at the feet. Moving up through the legs, finding any areas of tension, any muscles that are contracted, and just allowing them to relax. Feeling Mother Earth beneath you, supporting you, holding you. Bring the knees back over the body. Find any last shapes you'd like to make before ending the class with our Shavasana. Maybe a happy baby. And then when you're ready, extending the legs, palms facing up. Option to close down the eyes if that feels comfortable. Just allowing the body to rest and relax. after the strength and the heat that we've just built, reflecting on the good feelings, that movement, tapas or discipline, that inner strength, that austerity that we have to commit to ourselves and our wellness. Feeling just how good it feels to take care of us, and remembering that when we take care of ourselves, we take care of all of our relations. I invite you to reflect on a moment where you had to practice courage in your life, the resistance that may have come up initially, but then the joy and the feeling of success when completing the hard task or doing the hard thing, expressing courage in your own way. Reflecting on how good it felt to practice courage, practice living with a strong mind, body, and spirit. And remembering this feeling when we have to tap into courage again. Feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like, but if you're done, miigwech, and I'll see you on the mat next week.